Hey Sudarshan, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, Ananya. So I was just clearing the dust that had settled over the outside view, having lying unused for what, close to 6 months now. How are you? What's up?
I'm great. I'm super happy that cricket is starting again. I mean, I know we had the Austria-Germany series recently, but this Rachael Heyhoe Flint Trophy seems to be the start of a good 2-3 months of cricket. So I'm super excited.
Oh yes, the outside view is back, and today we'll look at the Rachael Heyhoe Flint Trophy. And I hope that even though there's a large bit of uncertainty revolving around all the series that have been announced, we hopefully get all of them in due course of time. But today on the outside view, we'll look at the Rachael Heyhoe Flint Trophy. So Ananya, you would like to give an overview about how the trophy is structured, how the tournament is structured?
Yeah, so this is a one-off tournament, one-off regional tournament, the first regional tournament that's being conducted by the ECB. It's obviously named the Rachel Heyhoe Flint Trophy. There are 8 teams that are going to be participating, four teams in 2 groups. And so the first group has Lightning, Thunder, Northern Diamonds, and Central Sparks. And the other group consists of Western Storm, Southern Vipers, 2 names that we've heard of a lot in the KSL, and also Southeast Stars and Sunrisers. So each team will play, I think, two games each against each opposition, one home and away, and the team that tops each group will then go on to play the final.
The entire setup is very interesting, isn't it? Of course, the primary objective of the entire tournament is to give players a game time. And once the 100 was put in place, there was practically, and after the postponement, there was practically no tournament for women in England. So this is a wonderful adjustment that they've made, and the good thing for starters is the first 2 rounds, that is on 29th August when it starts, and the 31st August. The England players will be available to play the game. So that's also a positive news in that manner.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, Claire Connor has said consistently through these last 5 months that the ECB is committed to the women's game, and they want to invest, or they're committed to investing heavily in the women's game. And the fact that they've got this, tournament up and running is huge news, and it's really exciting that the England players as well will be involved in it.
So the Women's Cricket Super League that was in place till last year had just 6 teams, whereas this regional tournament has 8. So more players uh, could be in action, be it the lesser known ones more, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it gives this tournament gives opportunity to the younger players coming through the ranks to kind of make their name. And I mean, so we saw in the lead up to this tournament that Middlesex and Surrey played the London Cup, then there was the London Championship, and we saw several names that a lot of people were really excited about, like Alice Capsey, for example, was someone that Raf Nicholson has said is, going to open the batting for England one day. And then I saw a bit of Ailish Cranstone as well. So there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of potential, and it's really exciting that these young players now also have the opportunity to kind of, rub shoulders with, say, Captain Brunt and Anya Shrubsole, or someone who's been, around the international setup for a while.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Ananya, the ECB has tried to keep the KSL, the WCSL connect alive by, like you mentioned, Southern Vipers and Western Storm retain their names, while there's Lightning and Northern Diamond. Northern Diamonds is a sort of an elder cousin to Yorkshire Diamonds. So the names aside, the players distribution has largely been similar to what they were playing in the WCSL. So if you see a Claire Nicholas who did very well for Western Storm, she will turn out for Storm in this tournament, and players like that. So this although it's a new tournament, the familiarity vibes has been retained, don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, especially the way that they've distributed the England international players is along very similar lines. They've gone to teams that they have played for, previously in the WCSL. And even with the domestic players, if you look at someone like, Rihanna Southby or Sophia Dunkley. They turned out for Surrey Stars before that, and they've, retained their place in Southeast Stars this time. So there's a lot of, I would say, familiarity in that sense that, you kind of associate the players with those regions already. So that familiarity is definitely there. So I think that's, one thing that's good in the sense that fans who are unaware of, these regions can still kind of, associate player with a certain team. That's definitely a good thing.
So over the last few months, we were working on stories or news pieces that players were just commenting on the postponement of 100, how they sort of missed out on contracts or playing time as well. So finally, we can hope to put those news pieces to rest and focus on the cricketing bits, isn't it? And one more thing I want you to answer is the first two rounds aside. I think we'll have more players, newer players to look forward to once the next set of rounds begin, because that's when the English players would have departed for their series against West Indies.
Yeah, that's definitely very exciting. The fact that these young players, first of all, will get a chance to kind of rub shoulders with players who played international cricket, and then even though that's only two rounds, but then after that they'll then get a chance to take the field and execute those skills or anything that they've learned. And I think another important thing is the fact that that there's a chance for a global audience to see them, because these games are being live streamed. So just the fact that they will be visible to a wider audience, I think, is something that's very exciting. So it's not just something that you're seeing on Twitter. You're not hearing names or reading articles, but you're actually getting a chance to see them. So that's something that's exciting. But another thing that I think is really important in terms of this tournament is for players who are trying to make their way back into the England squad. So for someone like Tash Farron, who's been in and out of the setup and has been plagued by injury, but she's back now with the Southeast Stars, has been named captain, and has a chance to kind of use this as a way to kind of push her case again. So I think that's another thing that's really, really important.
So as much as we talk about game time, it's still a 50-over competition. And now with the postponement of the World Cup, how seriously or how vital is this tournament in that aspect? Because the WCSL was a T20 tournament. This is a 50-over one.
Well, I mean, it becomes even more important because the World Cup has been postponed. So players who do well in this tournament will then have the opportunity to say either train with the England squad, or they will be in and around that squad. They will be maybe talked about as potentially playing that World Cup. So that's why I think that this tournament is even more important, simply because the World Cup has been postponed. And also, for someone like Izzy Wong or Lauren Bell, Katie George, who has trained for the last month with the England squad, to then be able to go on the field in a competitive environment and show that they have what they've learned through this last month, is going to be extremely important with the World Cup postponed. I think it's simply because the World Cup has been postponed that this tournament becomes that more important.
So yes, as you said, the global audience can watch the tournament as it goes by, but one of the things is it's going to be streamed and not telecast. So that's a bit of difference. So I hope the stream quality is good. There are multiple cameras and not a single one where we can, have a look at the players in the outfield as well. So 29th August, this Saturday, is when the tournament starts. So we hope that you follow all the action at womenscrickzone.com. We'll be getting you the daily wraps or player interviews and everything like that for the Rachael Heyhoe Flint Trophy. Until next time, it's goodbye.